It's a quick video to tell you. I mean, the AZEEM RAFIQ guy, who fucking Pakistani Muslim guy, who is accusing everybody of racism, who then got exposed, not in a big, he should have got exposed in a massive way for all the anti-Semitic shit that he was sending, that he sent out there before he made these allegations against people for racism, and he was being a racist himself, religiousist, racist, whatever you want to call it. He was being the very thing that he's accusing other people of. That's what he was doing. Now this reminds me of, it's brought back to my consciousness, a situation where like a Muslim world boxing champion, I knocked him out, when he was about 22, 23 in a heated sparring session. When I went down there to help him out once, well, I helped him out loads of times. He learned to fight off of me, really. Do you know what I mean? Because his style of fighting before he met me didn't go very far with me. You know what I'm saying? I hammered him in the first time I sparred with him. He started to change his style, morphed his style around me. This is when I was in the amateurs and that. And then he morphed around me, turned into a defensive fighter, counter puncher, and before that he was a front foot attacking fighter. Do you know what I mean? After our first spar, when I first went when I was 17, Meadows Portland Leisure Centre, Meadows Wellington Portland Boxing Club at Portland Leisure Centre in the Meadows. And the first time I sparred with him, he had this racist guy called Rastafarian guy. He was a full-on fucking racist. Joseph, his name was, right? He had him shouting JAWAID on, go on, get him, go on, fucking. I mean, like, you know. So he kept attacking me and everything, and I made him pay for everything. The sparring had to be cut short by the main guy in there, which is a really nice guy called Albert Tander, good guy, proper good coach. But anyway, like, and then years later, I mean, because we went everywhere in the amateurs together and everything, we did for a few years, well, a couple of years actually, but we spent a lot of time with each other. You know what I mean? Like I say, he morphed his style to my style, like counter punching style. Like after I hammered him in the first sparring session, he learnt off of me. So like, and he learnt the style that took him toward his championships off of me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before that, he was a front foot attacking fighter. Do you know what I mean? All the time. Like, he'd won 8 on the trot in the amateurs when I sparred with him. And he stopped all his opponents, and I sparred with him the first time I went to the Portland Leisure Centre after moving to the Meadows from Clifton, where I was at Clifton ABC before that. And then I moved there, and like I say, I hammered him the first time I sparred with him. You know what I mean? And like he morphed his style. And then years later, like I say, we became best boxing brothers. Do you know what I'm saying? We did. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I didn't really know. I thought I knew him, but I had a lot of love for him. But it turned out he had something totally different towards me. Years later, like when I wasn't even training, he was training for the ABAs, and that was the same age. I think he might be a few months older than me. Like, I was 22, 23. I'd been away from boxing for a while. We pulled up in a taxi in Market Square in Nottingham. Asked me, you know, says, do you want to recognise me and offer me a lift to wherever I was going? So I jumped in a cab. I was going back to the Meadows, living in the Meadows at the time, and he's basically asking me and begging me, "Oh, come down to the Leisure Centre, Portland, and fucking sparring me. I've got the ABAs coming up, like, I'm getting a decent sparring, come down." I said, "Oh, hell man, I won't be able to give you a spar, man. I've not been training. I smoke, I drink, I've been dabbling in fucking jugs and shit. I had women every night and all that sort of stuff was going off in my life." And I said, "Well, I won't be able to give you a spar." He goes, "Anything's better than nothing." Do you know what I'm saying? That's what he said. You know what I mean? "You'll give me better than what I'm getting down there." So, okay, right. And he said, it was that night, it was a Thursday night, I remember it. So I goes, "Okay, I'll go down there." So I went down there, and he had his brothers and his mates there for the spar. Like, and you know, I thought, well, fucking hell, man. And so we started sparring and that, and he was proper going through it, and that, just like the Joseph racist guy before that, it was like getting shouted on, like, you know, his brothers and his mates was going, "Go on, Jared, good job," and he landed a good jab, and it bust my nose. My nose used to bleed every time somebody landed a jab on it, by the way. It's just the way it was, and it still is, like, you know, but it's never been broken, not legitimately broke, not a proper broke. You know what I mean? Like, I've got like some stuff up there, like sort of like gristle or whatever. It's been, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, that gives me a pretty blocked up nostril all the time. But I never had my nose broke, but my nose used to bleed pretty all the time. As soon as somebody jabbed it, that was it. But it was a good jab, and it bust my nose. And then they was all going, "Go on, Joe, yeah, good job, go on, Joe, get him, like that, get him," and shit like that. So, I thought, fuck me, all right, okay, this is what's happening. Because I felt like I'd been proper set up there. Do you want me to come down there? He knew I'd not been in training, so it was his opportunity to hammer me when I was untrained and not ready for this shit. So, like, and so straight away I thought, okay, right, and I stepped up a level straight away. Not trained or trained, whatever. I can step up a level when some fucker's being out of order with me, you know what I'm saying? So I fucking did. I stepped up a level. I'd already noticed, I automatically noticed that he was moving towards his right, every time I went for a right hand. So what is it? I feinted the right hand, and automatically he did what he was doing, which I'd just automatically logged, and I hit him with a left hook, knocked him out. Went straight down on the seat of his pants, sat there, eyes fucking glazed, everything. He was sat there for a few seconds, like 4 or 5 seconds, and then and I saw he wasn't getting up, he was out of it, so I went over and picked him up, like off the floor and that. An hour or so later, after the second, he kept saying, what happened, like that. So he gave me a lift home, and then I told him what happened. Like, you know, and because that had it happened to me, you know what I mean? So I could tell him exactly what happened, you know what I mean? Because I'd experienced it. So anyway, yeah, that's what happened. That was the last time I seen him for a few years. Ended up getting locked up in prison a couple of times and all that sort of stuff, moved to a different place and stuff. And we reconnected, like, when I got out of prison and stuff, like, and I was having some shit off my Pakistani, you know, synchronised or what, Pakistani Muslim next door neighbour at the time, a guy called, what was his name again? AMJAD YOUNIS, and his wife SAIMA YOUNIS. Slimer is the real name, really. You know, we'd been alright with them. Me and the person I was with at the time had been alright with them and everything, but they took the piss with the noise at night and everything. When I asked them to keep it down, they fucking started their shit, putting in race cards and shit, keep the noise down. It was directly connected to me. The noise every fucking night to 1 o'clock in the morning, waking my kid up, my little fucking 3-year-old kid up, like, what, and everything, do you know what I'm saying? Every fucking night. So I kept on asking him, and he just took the piss, and it just so happened that I'd reconnected with JAWAID just recently, as this shit was going off for that, and he said, he come around my house one day, and he said, what your neighbour's like, and I told him, like, and I said, like, and, you know, they're doing this shit, because I'll put mine out, have a word with him, do you know what I mean? Trust me, he'll recognise me, and I'll have a word with him. So I goes, no, they do that, you don't have to do that, man, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he goes, no, I want to, and so he went down, round to their house, knocked on the door and that. Oh yeah, actually, just before that, when JAWAID pulled up and I went out to meet him, AMJAD was actually outside the house, like, and JAWAID got out of the thing and AMJAD recognised him and everything, and AMJAD started speaking in Pakistani to him, like that, you know, so he was so disrespectful straight away, 'cause you know what they're doing when they do that shit. But JAWAID, you know, props him for this. He said, no, speak English now. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, because he saw how disrespectful it was, do you know what I mean? So he did. And then we come in the house and that, and he said, what's he like with you next door? And I told him and everything. And he said, okay, I'll go and sort it. I mean, I'll go and have a word with him. So I remember I had a word with him. He was around about half hour, an hour. Then he come back to my house and he goes, oh, bro, he's young and he's stupid. He wasn't that young, by the way. He's only a couple of years younger than me, a few years younger than me. I'm pretty sure that JAWAID was. JAWAID, like I said, was 2 or 3 months older than me, or exact same age, like whatever. He was exactly the same age anyway. 22, 23 when we had that last sparring session. He got on to win a world championship, IBA World Welterweight Championship. He'd made 5 defences at this point when we'd reconnected. I'd wrote a big letter to Don King on his behalf, like trying to get him to the money fight that he needed. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, to set himself up for a bit so he could actually buy himself a house, even though he'd been an IBA World Champion, Commonwealth Champion, IBA World Champion for a couple of years, defended the title 5 times, like I said. Like, he'd been in limbo for about a year, so I wrote a letter to Don King on his behalf, trying to get him to fight and everything. Don King received the letter and everything, because I spoke to his wife. She told me he got it, and then a day after, a couple of days after, he'd received the letter from me. He went into, because I told him basically it was in his best interest to give JAWAID the fight against one of his welterweight champions. And like, he ended up in hospital for a few days later on a heart scare. Like, and anyway, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? After he received the letter from me. Anyway, like, so anyway, Amjad went round. He had to come back and said, like, oh no, they're young and he's a bit stupid, you know what I mean? Like, he's young, brother, and I can't really get through to him. He says I can't really go against him, do you know what I mean? I've got a good standing in my community, and in my Muslim community, that's what he meant. Okay, okay, no, not a problem. I told you I don't even want you to go around there, and you know what I mean? Like, it's okay like that. And I says I won't ask you to go against him. Like, I'm just like, you know, you asked me, I told you, you offered. I said okay, you can if you want, but you don't really have to. And he did what he did. So anyway, after that, and a few months later, when the shit was really, I mean, JAWAID was exchanging texts and everything one night, and he asked me what he was like next door and that, towards how he was now, and I told him he's got fucking worse since you went down and had a chat with him. And JAWAID then sent me a text saying, turn Muslim, they'll stop giving you shit then. That's what he said. So straight away I thought, oh fucking hell man, downloaded straight away, oh this guy he seen me as a possible convert, and I should convert to Islam because of this fucking neighbour of mine terrorising me, and he's saying to me, JAWAID, we're boxing champion, right? Telling me that I should turn Muslim if I want them to stop giving me shit, right? That's what he said in the text. And then so whoa, what the fuck? So I replied to him. I says, like, come to a field with me right fucking there, and say that to my face. So I said, say that to my face, what you just said there. And then it was left for a while, and then all of a sudden I got a text back from him. It's about 10 minutes, and it said to me in Pakistani. So I said, what the fuck does that mean? He says, you're white trash. So that was, you know, he said, won't come meet me on the fucking field, right? But send me that text there. So straight away, not only did he being fucking seen me as a possible convert to his fucking sick cult, right? But also, it seemed as though just a white skin, he had no fucking real love for me. When I had real love for him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? So, like, that was that, you know? Like, what the fuck? So now I'm telling you about it, because this AZEEM RAFIQ guy, the cricket guy, who was doing that shit and everything. So I went to a fucking newspaper guy, Evening Post, and I fucking showed him the text and that. And I said, well, what can we do about this? Look at this. He's not only a racist, he's a religiousist and a racist, right? And a fucking fake, a fraud he'd been to me. Do you know what I'm saying? When I'd never been a fraud to him, right? Telling me that I should give in to terror from the next door neighbour and convert to stop them from giving me shit. But anyway, listen, so that's what happened. Now you got this AZEEM RAFIQ guy. Nobody did a fucking thing. No newspaper took me up and when I showed them the fucking, nobody watched it. Nobody fucking did a thing about it. Didn't say a fucking thing. But this AZEEM RAFIQ, another famous Muslim guy, because like JAWAID was a famous Muslim guy, right? You know what I'm saying? I never said one fucking racial or religious slur to them. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Until, you know what I mean? Like, and then they do that to me. See me as a possible convert to his fucking cult. And a fucking paedophile worshipping cult it is, by the way. Go and read up on Muhammad and see what the fuck. Watch some man vids. But anyway, like I say, now you got this AZEEM RAFIQ doing the same fucking thing. Well, I mean, like, he's doing that shit, and then he fucking, starts saying that people are being racist towards him. When he's fucking doing it, he brought it upon himself. Trust me, I didn't put it on myself. My fucking love for JAWAID was fucking there. Proper. I had proper love for him. Do you know what I mean? He'd been in the amateurs, he'd been my best boxing brother. In the amateurs. Do you know what I mean, like? And he goes and did that. But anyway, like I say, I offered him out, he won't fucking take it. And then somebody there fucking call me a white trash. You know what I'm saying? Well, there you go. You know what I mean? Like, AZEEM RAFIQ. He's in the fucking news every day for his shit. Yeah? Right? In the news every day pushing his shit. But when shit was pushed on me, the fuckers did a thing. Nobody did a thing. There's a big massive imbalance in this fucking country, in the Western world, when it comes to racism and religiousism. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay? They pretend to be meek, Muslims, and those, and let's face it, the terrorist ones, the extremist ones are the tip of the fucking iceberg, by the way, right? Because they all secretly fucking support that shit. You know what I mean? Like, they pretend to be Muslims, right? They pretend to be meek, right? Don't inherit the earth. They don't inherit goodness. They'll inherit hell on earth. That's what they'll get. They pretend to be meek, because that's what they are. And then, you know, they don't even fucking pretend. Most of them don't anymore, do you know what I mean? Okay? They're trying to outpopulate us. It's a simple fucking as. Been told it a million times. Okay? Do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, there you go. That's the truth of JAWAID, KHALIQ, and that's the truth of AZEEM RAFIQ. Whether you like it or not, that's the fucking truth. That's the deeper truth of what they did and what's going on. Okay? There you go. Peace in to all of you. I don't hate Muslims. People call themselves Muslims. I fucking reject their shit though. Do you know what I'm saying? Back at them. 10 to 1,000-fold. 10 to a fucking 1,000-fold. I reject that shit back at them. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay? Muhammad is the Antichrist, was the Antichrist, and is the Antichrist. Okay? They put that out there about like, oh, Jesus was a prophet. A fucking mere prophet. No, Jesus was and is God manifest in the physical. He put that shit out there about, oh, Jesus is a mere prophet, right? Okay? I'm not even going into detail of all the shit he was doing, but he put that out there, right? So he could then say, I'm the last prophet, and so a bigger prophet. So people, idiots, right, who couldn't see the truth of him, right? So then people would think of him, oh, he's more important prophet than Jesus, because he's told us that Jesus was a prophet. You know what I'm saying? No, Jesus was and is God manifest in the physical. Simple as. That's the fucking truth of it. That's it. Basically, there you go. I told you enough. Okay, I've got to go and do some shopping. Peace in, God bless you all. With peace and clarity to what I've just told you. Okay, God bless you all. Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. Muhammad is also not only the Antichrist, but the Pied Piper. Only the fucking depraved, lustful and cowards, right, who convert to that, and depraved, lustful, right, people with us hoping for a 72 virgin rape orgy in heaven. Heaven, all that is fucking pure. You know what I'm saying? Right? Only those sort of fucking demonic demons follow, right, Muhammad's depraved tune. Like the Pied Piper he is. all those rats go straight to the depths of hell for all eternity. Because all of us, and you can't make excuses about this shit. I'm saying, because when it comes to going to hell, you're going there on your own, person who calls yourself Muslim. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no safety numbers there. Trust me. When the tide of death comes in for you. You know what I mean? Like, every being in the universe knows the difference between right and wrong. And Muhammad was so fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to look at his life, depraved life, to know that. There you go. It's pure God. It's pure life. God, essence, hypocrite. Total hypocrite life that he lived. Depraved, depravity. Go and read up on it. Yeah? Got all the info on my fucking things, man. On my vids and that. In my vids and on them. Okay? See you laters.